welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a week or two since we posted a video on here, so thank you for your patience. Today I wanted to talk about genre. So we'll get right into the topic and get straight to the point without too much waffle. Genre is such an important element, and to be honest, it's a question that we get asked all the time. People ask us, what genre is my book? How should I categorize my book? Is it this genre? Could it be considered that genre? Or the dreaded and the concerning when people mention to us that it is genre busting or it doesn't really fit into a specific genre. So the reason I'm going to raise this point today is because when it comes to selling your book, the genre of your book is incredibly important. And here is the main reason why. Genre is ultimately just a sales channel. So that's really all it is. It's a way for publishers, retailers, distributors to classify your book. It simply means that when you walk around a bookshop, a retailer, so the bookshop, if it's Waterstones or WH Smith, they know where to actually place your book on the shelf. And the reason that is important is because a potential customer walks into the shop, and the only way that they will discover your book is by going to a certain section in the bookshop. And, for example, myself, I like thriller books. I'm going to go to the thriller section, and that's where I'm going to go and look, browse, see what is new there, see what recommendations they have. You've probably seen them on the ends of the shelves. They'll have, popular this week, etc. And the same, even if I'm looking at a big display of books, you're going to take a look, see which covers match, what I probably would associate with a thriller or whichever genre I'm looking for, pick it up, and I'm going to quickly make a decision whether or not it fits into that genre, that category. This is also important online, and either way, potentially more important online, because I'm just clicking a button somewhere. So I'm just clicking a link that says thriller, romance, nonfiction, whatever it may be, and I'm clicking that link to go and look at those specific types of books, and that's all I'm going to look at. And the key point about this is it's not to be deterred. It doesn't mean that you can't write a book that has other elements, but the important point here is that you should choose a specific genre as your main focus genre, and then you can have these subgenres. So it could, for example, be a thriller, but it contains elements of romance, as well, or even science fiction or fantasy or whatever else might fit into that category. You'd have these subcategories. The other way I want to, the other point I want to get across here is your book can be cross-genre, but it's just to have a leaning towards a specific genre so you can classify it, which again is going to make it easier for retailers, distributors, bookshops, and ultimately that's going to have a big impact on your sales because they can clearly classify where that book should be. When you go to promote your book, whether it's Amazon ads that you're running or some other form of marketing, it's very easy to know who you should be promoting that book to. You may have someone who loves romance books and wouldn't, normally pick up a thriller, but, what might happen is you need that core audience to sell it first, and then they will, tell friends and families, oh, I read this amazing thriller. It's not a stereotypical thriller. There are romance elements. I think you'd really enjoy it as well. A good example of this is Tim Ferriss. So he wrote a book called The 4-Hour Workweek, huge bestseller. Most people, may have heard of this book. And he originally targeted the book at entrepreneurship. So he targeted to a specific outlet, even though the contents and the book itself was beneficial for many, many other people. And ultimately, some of those other segments ended up selling better than the main genre. But it was just important that he had a core audience, a core demographic. He had a focus for where he was going to promote his book and who were going to be those early adopters, who were going to be the first people to jump on this book, put their stamp on it and say, this is fantastic, I really enjoyed this. But they may go on to say, oh, it wasn't a stereotypical thriller, I think you'd really enjoy it as well. There were elements, sci-fi elements, romance elements, whatever it may be, that I think other people would really enjoy. So that's the main point, is to think about genre in a different way. Think about genre as your sales channel. It's a way to classify the book. It's a way for publishers, distributors, retailers, bookshops, to understand, and for people who are promoting your book to understand who they should be targeting. So I hope that's been useful. As always, please do click subscribe to get updated as soon as we do post videos. Make sure to like the video if you've enjoyed it. And of course, please do share it with any author communities or anyone that you think would gain value. Do also comment below with any other topics that you would like us to cover. So if you have questions, or, there's a topic around book publishing, marketing, any elements to do with publishing a book, do comment below. Let us know. We'd love to answer some more questions. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.